Hello my marvellous sausages. Well, it's Harbinger reset week again, which means that the feathers have actually all moved around in the final mission, which is interesting, so I'll show you where the new locations are, and also the emissary rooms have switched around a little bit as well, which might seem a little bit confusing, and then we'll also have a quick look at the Eververse 2. So I thought I'd start off by just showing you, last week I mentioned you could run along the bottom of the dam here to gain access to the hatch at the top if you can't quite make it over to the dam area. Well, luckily enough, and because I'm bloody useless, I actually slipped and then landed in the bottom area. Look, here we go. There we are. I've just landed there. See, look, I'm safe. Now, if you turn around and look up the muddy bit, you can actually run up it and then jump onto this lip. Jump onto this lip, and there you go, you can just see the hatch there, so you can get into the actual Harbinger's mission that way, just in case you're finding it difficult to make it all the way across to the top of the dam. Right, onto these feathers. Now, this is the way in as we normally go, but you can see, look, just behind this caged bit, there's actually a set of feathers right there for us, but we can't get them yet. We can only get access to that set after we've killed the third emissary. Right, so let's move on into the main room and kill the first emissary, which I've decided is the wizard because it's the closest one. Mechanics are the same. Once their shields drop down to halfway, they teleport away to one of the side rooms. So last week, once you brought his shields down to halfway like I've done there, you can see the white shields appear and then they zip off. Now last week it was actually in this room behind us here. You just jump up on that place where we were shooting, but look, it's blocked. We can't go there. So what we actually have to do is make our way down to the middle of the room. Look, shot by a bloody vandal. Yes, make your way down to the middle of the room where the phalanx is, and then just above him is where the room for the wizard is. So we're going to go and kill the wizard first, or at least get killed by shielded goblins. Anyway, back into the room here. Come on, get up the lip, you ass. Right, so the goblins are going to be protecting each other on the way in, which is obviously a massive pain, but what you want to do is make your way down into the central chamber. So once you've taken out all the extras, you'll see the half-health witch flying around, so take them out. Now, as with last week as well, there is a feather hidden in this room. It always happens when I kill a boss, they kill me straight away. Well, the feather is, if you go to the back end of the room, you can see there's a hobgoblin who's shooting you, but just underneath the hobgoblin, you can see the glowing feather there on top of that box. So there's your first feather that we can collect. Now then, you want to turn around and make your way back out of this room. Don't be confused, there's two exits from here. That one there doesn't go anywhere in particular. You can shoot your way through, and then you can see there's just a force field blocking you from going any further. I believe it's actually a little bit of the well room that we jump to later on. So anyway, let's go back into where we need to come from, and we want to walk out the way we came in. Don't get confused, there's also a third door in this room at the bottom, but that's blocked off, so just ignore that. Look, that's the end boss room there, or at least the middle boss room. Right, go back up the stairs and then back into the main room, and then you need to take out the phalanx. Now, this phalanx has arc shields, so make sure you've got a nice juicy arc weapon that you can use to take them down. And then once their health has dropped down to half, to find out where they've buggered off to this week. Now this door here was where they went last week, so I'm just showing you for reference. We can't go in there, of course, because it's kind of got a strange, weird taken eyeball blocking it. So you want to make your way back up to where the wizard was at the other end of the room. It's got that big hanging medallion thing there, and then you can see the entryway is marked by a vandal. So take the bubbling git out. It's worth noting as well that one of the modifiers for this particular mission is that the vandal's shields regenerate a lot quicker, which is incredibly annoying. Anyway, make your way into the room here. Look at these taken thrall prancing around like a couple of gits. Make your way into this bit. Now you want to jump up onto this pedestal here, and we're going into that room there up on the right. I think that's where the wizard was in the first week. Yes, that's right. I'm sure I just said that, but never mind. Okay, so you'll find the phalanx in here, so you want some arc to deal with him, or at least a xenophage to shoot through anything that moves, which is marvellous. Okay, once this phalanx is killed, notice that the feather is just on top of like a junction box as we walked into the room. So there we go. We're going back out this doorway here, and there is the feather. Hello there, young sir. How are you? So pick that fellow up, and that's feather number 2 in this area, and now we're off to go and kill the 3rd emissary, who's a solar captain located in the big room. But if you just jump up here the way I'm going, one interesting thing I wanted to show you, and I don't know if any of you have seen this before. We shoot out that doorway there. We are eventually going to be going out that way, but as you walk towards it, take a left and walk up to this dead-end corridor, but this is actually where the crow's nest is. I think where the crow's little sort of spudge was. Well, anyway, was that sword always there? I can't remember. It's like a Hive Knight sword. Well, anyway, you can't do anything with it. I just wanted to point it out to you just in case. Anyway, as you leave, you're going to be attacked by thralls, so just kill all those guys, and then you want to make your way back into this main room here. You might recognize it from a little bit earlier on. So, we want to go back out the main door. No, that's the wrong one. It's the other door at the top of the stairs there. This is the room where we found the first feather when we killed the wizard. So now we're making our way back into the main room, and we want to make our way all the way down to the far end. It's unmistakable because you're only going to hear baddies arsing around down there. The other end is quiet. So once you make your way down to this end here, kill the captain, or at least dropping down to half health. There we go, shield is up, and off he sods. Now, the room he disappears into is on the level that I'm on. It's not above this time. So you can see I'm walking onto the platform where I shopped. Shopped? I didn't dob him into the police, I shot him. We're making our way back up to the central area again. Now, when you come to this first gantry, take a left. That's where we're going to be going out for the mid-boss fight. But keep on going up this way, and you'll see a phalanx there, and he's going to mark where the doorway is. So once you've killed that turd, you want to go through this doorway here. There's only one way to go through here, really. Just follow your way all the way down and in, and there you'll see the fallen captain. So once you take him out with his solar shields, don't forget you need something solar to make the battle a lot easier. I find the arbalist is a great weapon to have in any of these scraps with all these different kinds of shields, because one shot from an arbalist will drop their shields entirely. Handy to know. However, it isn't exotic, so it does take up one slot, but you can swap weapons as well, so I just thought I'd mention that little tip for you. Well, anyway, we're back into the room here where we just killed that captain, and you can see there was another doorway at the end. Keep on going through that doorway, and we're going to go and get the feather that we saw at the very beginning. You see, it's behind this grate here. So kill those really annoying taken thrall, and then you'll see the feather just lurking on the floor there. Pick it up, and that's all the feathers in this emissary area. Now, we're going to go and do the final boss fight, although it's not the final boss fight, it's the middle boss fight. We're on our way to the mid-level boss fight. You can see the doorway is going to be marked by that phalanx there. We make our way into this boss fight room again. So it's exactly the same as last week. You've got one unstoppable champion, and you've also got 3 wizards, and then you've got a phalanx, and then you've got a knight. However, the order that those enemies appear in do depend on the order in which you've killed the emissaries. So if you kill the wizard first, you'll fight the wizards first, and then if you kill the phalanx first, you'll fight the phalanx first. So it's that's the way the fight mechanics work. Now then, I couldn't complete this fight as usual because I was on my own. Last week I had help, but however, I can tell you that this point up here, going up this little gantry, will give you loads of cover for shooting the git bags down below, and of course try and take out the vandals, otherwise they're going to be incredibly difficult. They're in the second wave, so one-shotting them with the xenophage is a good way to go, but they do respawn after about 2 minutes, and like I say, their shields turn up twice as quick as well, so that's very irritating. Anyway, once you complete that battle, we're going to the jumpy puzzle for the hawkmoon, so you make your way through the portal. Now you find yourself standing at the beginning of the jumping puzzle. Now the feather, the first feather, is actually above your head here, so if you just make your way as you normally would to complete the jumping puzzle, you can see I'm just making my way directly above where we entered. In fact, it's sort of opposite where this sniper is, so you'll see it very clearly from this position here. And the second feather in this jumping puzzle, and this is the 5th feather altogether, it's in the main boss room at the end. So once you get to the boss room at the end, the first thing you're going to notice is it's a completely different boss fight to last week. It's actually a captain, and there's a slight mechanic that you need to be made aware of, he's shielded, so you've got to shoot baddies to drop the orbs, throw the orbs to drop his shields, and then kick his face in. But anyway, that's the mechanic for doing the boss fight. But there's a waterfall right at the back of the room, and in that waterfall you'll find the 5th and last feather. There we go. Isn't that interesting? Yes, I know these things. I'm magic, you see. Oh no, hang on a minute. I read it on Reddit. Anyway, let's have a little look now, as promised, as what we can get in the Eververse Store for our bright dust. I don't know what happened then. I think something flew in my mouth. Yes, bright dust, because I'm not spending any money, because my name's Scrooge. Well, you've got the normal Seals of the Hunt Bubbage. Oh, a Halcyon Visage, that looks quite nice, but of course what we're really interested in is the stuff for the bright dust. We've got Amethyst Bloom, let's have a look at that. Oh yes, very amethysty, or amethysty if you're weird. We've got Spider Projection. Guess what? It's a projection of the spider. I can't say I ever want that Gits projection following me around. Oh, we've got a new Sparrow Atlas Runner. Now that's looks like a forklift truck, really, doesn't it? But there we go, it's a new one from this season, so if you want to fill out your collections, that's that one. I shan't be bothered. Oh look, it's the Ace Ventura Victory Dance, which, let's face it, is pretty funny. I quite like that. Sorry, I'm such a simpleton. And then, of course, we've got the normal boons, the Scavenger's Boon, and we've got the Glimmer Shard, and we've got the Concentrated Matter Gem. Who knows what they are? Okay, next then, let's have a look what we've really got for some brightest. We have a Kit Bash shell. Seen this one a few times, actually. It's quite nice and detailed, isn't it? I like the plasters and stuff, and the bit stuck on it, but I can't say I want it. It looks like it's come out of the Iron Giant's bottom. We've got another Atlas-themed thing, and this time it's a ship. Let's have a look at that. Well, that's actually reasonably pretty. Looks like a seagull, doesn't it, really? Yes. No, don't want that. Okay, what we got here? The Linear Fusion Dance, 700 bucks. Well, there we go. And also we have the Mad Son of the Seychelles, which is quite a bog standard looking thing. It's okay, it's pretty holy, I suppose. Perhaps religious. Then we've got the refashioned shapes. I'm not keen on the hive-themed things. I don't know why. They always look like ribbed things with the black needles sticking out of them. But there we go. If that's your fancy, grab that. And then we've got, ooh, we've got something for the Cloud Strike. That's quite nice. But I never use the Cloud Strike, so I'm not going to bother. And then I've already got this one called Too Hot. There we go, it's too hot. Take your helmet off then. I thought that would have been air conditioned, unless he's farted in it and he can't see out of it. So quite a quiet reset, really. Only 2 weeks of the season left, so next week will be the last reset, and we'll probably see some form of cutscene there, I'll wager. But I don't know what else. They've been very tight-lipped about what's coming, so either that's a really bad omen or a really good one. But either way, I'm going to keep on playing. And if you haven't seen my video about why I'm staying with Destiny, then you can find that baby here. And leave me a comment and tell me what you think. And I must say, people have been really positive about it, which was a nice surprise. Of course, there's always a couple of dissenting voices, but there you go, that's life, eh? Right then, I'm off now. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you all again very soon. Sausage out.